Hello, you're watching another video of mine. Thank you. This video, this time round, I will be the guardian angel, and my job will be to keep the engineer alive. There will be one engineer, one guardian angel, and one Gnosia. It's kind of like a game of who strikes first. Now, instead of the engineer being myself, a third party is playing that part. In this loop, it is Stella, and Stella will have one round to determine who is the Gnosia, and the Gnosia will have one round to determine who is the guardian angel. And if neither of them are successful in that endeavor, they will each have another round. Now, Otome is verified to be human because Stella has investigated them, and so hopefully this draws the Gnosia's attention away from me, at least. We won't stop protecting Stella. That is, after all, what this whole video is about. I'm not trying necessarily to keep everyone alive. Well, that's kind of interesting. Rockio and SQ are red. Red for incorrect, as they are not the guardian angel, as the Gnosia most likely hoped. Hey, one of the few times Setsu is correct in implying that there is one enemy to vote out. Now, it looks like Stella is going to offer collaboration with her, and that is fortunate, but also it means that they may investigate us, which we do not want, because it will draw attention on us. Now, I am verified as human as I predicted, and the problem there is that the Gnosia is going to have to start picking off those that have been verified, and since I am among them, that is a problem. Speaking within context of this video, this game alone, the code sleep voting acts as sort of a wild card or an additional variable in which either the Gnosia could be put into code sleep and the game ends, or I could, and the game would end for me, at least. Okay, and again, both parties get it wrong. Stella picked Comet, and Comet was human, and the Gnosia picked Setsu to eliminate. And that means that Kakrushka or Yuriko are the only two suspects, because if memory serves, Stella has already verified Otome, Remnin, myself, and then Comet. As you can see, the game did not end, so now we do know that Yuriko is the Gnosia. Stella actually only has one option. They have to investigate Yuriko. Unfortunately, that means I am taken out for some reason. I don't know why I was targeted there, but I was. Now, this time around, the definite human and engineer will be played by Gina, and the Gnosia by someone else. Now, we have the day one vote with little to no information, and so I'm okay with whoever does end up getting voted out. Now, like before, our one and only mission will be to protect the engineer, and it looks like that was actually the right decision this time around, because the engineer was the one who was attacked, which leads me to believe that Yuriko is not the Gnosia. I am basing this solely on the last round, and her overall character because, like Rockio, Yuriko is very smart and logical, and so they'd both likely avoid targeting the engineer early on because they are aware that a guardian angel is present, and so choosing to eliminate the engineer on night one likely means that they will be blocked and it will be a waste. It looks like the Gnosia this time got the hint, knowing that there are still a vast pool of suspects for Gina to wade through. It is reasonable to wait a few rounds before concerning themselves with her. Okay, forget this small talk. Comet just brought up an arm bug. An arm bug is a bug that, once bitten, makes people grow an extra arm, and that is insane. One of the drawbacks of not being verified by the engineer is that you risk getting put into cold sleep, apparently. That is unfortunate. SQ is the Gnosia, and I guess she wins that round. Looks like Jonas has stepped up to be the engineer this time, and the Gnosia will oppose them, of course. Shigemichi using very valuable time to hit on Stella here makes it seem that they do not have an opportunity to talk outside of the discussions. Also, Yuriko ended the discussion with a statement implying that we have yet to determine who to put into cold sleep. However, I thought the whole purpose of the meeting was to determine who to put into cold sleep, and the vote was just the aftermath. Okay, Gina, what is wrong with you? Shigemichi says, Setsu, I'll avenge you, my bud. And Gina's like, okay, now who else? As a report. I don't understand where her line of thinking comes from. Everyone should know at this point that there is one engineer, no doctors, and so only one report will ever be given. And not only that, the request of an additional report came on the tail end of Shigemichi saying something that is clearly not a report. It is interesting. I can only hope that somewhere right now Stella and Shigemichi are working things out, or at least Stella is softly rejecting Shigemichi. But knowing the two of them, they'll just try to engage during the meeting, and maybe that's why Yuriko said what she said, because we don't actually decide, after all, on who gets put into cold sleep during the discussion, because nothing gets accomplished. It is actually, in fact, the vote when we decide, because everyone just picks a random person. Like a popularity contest, except lethal. And we get a protection off. Jonas was the target. Now the Gnosia knows that the guardian angel is still around, and we know that they still want to get rid of Jonas. Now, I don't know if I haven't been engaged with the conversation or something enough, but I am being suspected here, either way. So, I'm glad that the attention is turning onto someone else, and so I will once again turn it towards someone else and hope I am not picked for code sleep. Maybe my vote should count for like 6 here. Again, I am voted out in a similar fashion as last time. Congratulations, Kakushka. Seriously, 3 different loops, and none of them could find the Gnosia.